Hello YouTube, and welcome to Jane's Kitchen. Today I'm going to make a version of shortbread biscuits, which is just flour and butter and sugar. But I've found over the years that it's much better having something that the kids enjoy putting in their lunchbox, and sometimes the traditional shortbread biscuits are just a little bit too dry or hard or whatever. This one is almost like a mix between a shortbread biscuit and a melting moment. So the only ingredients you're going to need today are plain flour, caster sugar, custard powder or corn flour, and a stick of butter, well, a 250 gram thing of butter. You'll see what I mean. Straight out of the fridge. The only equipment you're going to need are 2 trays lined with baking paper, a preheated oven set at 200 degrees Celsius, a sifter, an Australian 1 cup, which is 250 mils, an Australian half cup, which is 125 mils, a grater for cheese. But in this case we're going to use it for the butter. Okay, to do this, it's just a matter of setting everything up on your bench, straight onto your bench. Let's see if I can actually bring it down a little bit. And you're going to measure out 3 cups of plain flour. Half a cup of custard powder or corn flour. I like custard powder because it's got a little bit of that vanilla taste in it. And half a cup of caster sugar. So it's not a very sweet recipe, which means that it's like a blank canvas then that you can add things to, such as chopped bits or glass cherries, or I've even popped an almond on top, or a pecan, or a pistachio, or a macadamia. Now, it's just a matter of sifting it directly out onto your bench and making a nice big pile. Then you grab your butter. Sometimes with custard powder I've found that I need a little bit more than just the 250 gram block. Sometimes I've had to use about a third of a block to really mix it well. Traditional recipes of shortbread will get you to cut the butter up into cubes and then melt it in with your fingers. I saw this on a cooking show once many years ago, and it is a much better method. The dough comes together a lot quicker. So I'll continue to do this, and then we'll come back and you can see how to mix it all together. So you can see that all that butter now has been grated onto the flour, and I'm just coating the butter bits in with some flour. Then I'm going to use the warmth of my hands just to really blend that flour with that butter really well until you end up with a nice soft dough. So it's using that same method of using the hands to blend in the butter with the flour as the traditional shortbread, but it's just going to take a whole lot quicker because it's grated rather than these big chunks of butter in your flour. So I'll do this and I'll come back, and it's really simple what we do from there. So once you've finished blending in that butter with the flour and sugar and custard powder, you're left with a ball like this. Now I did use about another third, maybe just a bit less than a third of butter grated in there because it just wasn't coming together properly. But you don't have to do that. Now this becomes your blank canvas. You can either roll this out with a rolling pin and then use your cookie cutters, and my kids used to like at Christmas time using the Christmas cookie cutters, and Emma, who's in the kitchen, used to like doing that. That works really well. Otherwise, you can take about tablespoon sizes like that and just roll them up. And then with a fork, boop, just press it down. See? And this is where you would then put on your glazed cherry or your chopped chip or an almond, pistachio, hazelnut.
Sure.
The list goes on, your nice blank canvas. My daughter, who likes these, that's Emma over there, doesn't like anything on them. So I just leave them plain and bare, but they still taste really nice. Okay, once you've then got all of these out onto your tray, put it into your oven at 200 degrees Celsius for about 12 minutes. No more than 12 minutes, so they just go too brown. And then they're ready, they're done. Just let them cool on the tray for about 5 minutes and then put them out onto a cooling tray and put them in an airtight container, and they last for a good week or even more. And they go beautiful with a cup of tea. So I'll come back and show you what they look like when they come out of the oven, and then we'll be done. So you can see them there, they're out of the oven. Perhaps I should retitle my videos not Welcome to Jane's Kitchen, but Welcome to Jane's Crap Kitchen, because my oven just cooks so unevenly, but you can still do lovely stuff in a kitchen that's not so well equipped. Okay, next time I think I'll probably make an Australian one bowl chocolate cake. Until next time,